Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let's look at what we had for yesterday. I was looking at taking buys above the structural low, which is against the overall trend, which is bullish. Okay. From hindsight, we could see that anyway, the market structure was bullish by on the buyer's territory on the 4 hours, same on the 1 hour. But we were having a minor counter trend, which is a retracement phase on the 1 hour, visible on the 1 hour. So all I needed to see was a bullish breach, then that was it for it to signal that okay, it's ready for us to perform or for it to perform. Exactly what I was looking out for. I took my buy, okay. Stop loss because I know that gold has a tendency to fake out, like either way, up or down. So my stop loss was kept reasonably below the structure. This was the news that occurred New York Open, and look at the spike. Fortunately, I had my 1 hour before price started dilly-dallying. So this is just it. Another place, if I had not taken my 1% trade here, another place I would have entered would have been here or conservatively here for price to do what? Push upwards. Okay, so this is it. Gold just played or performed as anticipated. Then the next thing I was looking at was Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Bitcoin also performed beautifully in the sense that if you remember yesterday I was talking about potential buys above this level here. That we're going to have sweet buys. And again, influenced by fundamentals, we had just one swing, one hour candle was enough to give us the TP. Okay, and the see price had not really tapped this our area of concern as at yesterday, but let's see if price will tap it because there are two things that could happen here. We could keep our stop loss at break even and expect price not to come low and continue bullish, or keep our stop loss below the structure, which is this support here, and anticipate that price will not breach it, as in bearishly breach it or take it out. So that is it for gold, performed to the T as anticipated. Okay, another one that performed beautifully was British pound Japanese yen. We have been holding this trade for 2 days and counting. Okay, 2 days and counting. The trade was activated here, and kept holding for how many days? Until yesterday. Until yesterday. Look at it. This was the trade that activated another sell position here. And you have to watch the forecast for yesterday for you to understand what I'm talking about. This trade was this is one of the first position I entered, been holding for days. This second position was just put the sell stop pending order was just activated, as in the sell pending order was created but not filled yet. It was this bearish spike, this bearish candle that activated it, and voila, the two of them hit anticipated TP before price started moving upwards. Now this is a level of concern. This is the level of concern, which is why if you go upwards, you will understand why price is failing to do anything below here at the moment. So let's see if volume is going to make price act in our favor or not. With that being said, let's look at the live market for today. Look at it. Price performed beautifully just as anticipated, the two positions. So for today, what I'm looking at for, or what I'm anticipating to see, is if we can get, I'm looking at three scenarios. Two belong to one category, one belong to the opposite category, where we have a deeper retracement, okay, something of this nature, then take sales to retest this low, this zone here, this zone. As you can see, this zone reacted, price reacted from this zone, tapped it again, reacted. So let's see the bearish breached, or as in a bearish trend, in order to retest this low. Or another thing I'll be looking out for, if we just get a bearish breach taking out this low for price to continue bearish. This is another thing I'm looking at, something of this nature for price to continue bearish. So to give a cleaner diagram, this is what I'm looking at. This like this. This is scenario one. Let me erase this. It doesn't look good. This is scenario one for price to do like this. Okay. A, or price to give me some deeper retracement. This is scenario 1B, or for price to turn bullish. This is scenario 2. However, there's another scenario which is still counter trend or opposite. It will occur inside of here. If we get something of this nature, I will take a counter trend buy, which is similar to what I drew here, but I don't want to complicate this diagram. So this will be scenario 2A, then scenario 2B. 2B is the sweet buys that could occur. But instead of taking buys above here, let's see if we can catch buys inside of this zone. Because of this clean traffic to the left, let's see if we can catch buys before price comes to this supply zone, okay, or supply order block, okay, or this order block where pending orders are waiting by sellers. So this is one thing I'm looking out for. Another thing I'm looking out for is let's 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 check. That is for British pound, Japanese yen. Now for gold, gold is holding at an area of concern, because on the daily time frame there is, from this point to this point, is an area to be very vigilant about, okay. But with that being said, that is not a major issue. The fact is that price has turned bearish. On the 4 hours time frame, we're in sellers territory. On the 1 hour time frame, we're in sellers territory. Although on the daily time frame, we're in buyers territory and price is at the demand zone. So what I'm looking at today is I'm looking at taking sales for price to drop, or if we get some deeper retracement before price will drop. This will be scenario 1A, this will be scenario 1B, or if we get a bullish breach for price to rally, this will be scenario 2. So this is what I'm looking at for on gold. Okay, the last but not the least is Bitcoin. Well, let's just a moment. Okay, the last but not the least is Bitcoin. So let's look at it. For Bitcoin, this is what I'm looking at for. Bitcoin performed beautifully, very beautifully, beyond what I anticipated. So let's see what we got to do for today on Bitcoin. Well, for Bitcoin, I'm looking for buys. Okay, if we get a bullish breach, I'm looking for buys to go upwards. This will be my scenario 1. However, we could get sales coming down, but sweet sales will occur below this zone here. Okay, this will be my scenario 2. So this is what I'm looking at for on Bitcoin, as simple as ABC. Buys above here, sells below here, as simple as that. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. hit that notification button, comment, and like. That is all for now. Baraka Bashad. Peace.